What's up guys, Volt here, and I'm bringing you my second episode of Fast and Furious car remakes. So for this episode, you'll see the other side of what the garage is pretty much holding. So you'll pretty much kind of get an idea of what the exact garage is holding in each car. Because each side, as you saw from the first side, you had the Misubishi Eclipse or the Mazda Penumbra. Yes, I actually learned the name of it. And on the second side, you'll have the, well, not really rival, but the other side's going to be the Mazda Rx-7, or the in-game name is the Bravado Banshee. And this is going to be Dom's remake of his Mazda Rx-7 in the Fast and Furious series in the first movie. So I hope you guys enjoy this, and we're just going to get right into the video, so I will definitely see you there. Alright guys, we're back, and as you can see, this car has some beautiful red underglow. So, as you know, this is a Benny's car, and if you do buy it, make sure you buy it from Benny's exactly. You're probably wondering, well, why would I buy it from Benny's if I can get it from Legendary Motorsports? If you buy a car from Legendary Motorsports and upgrade it at Benny's, or if you buy it from Southern San Andreas and upgrade it at Benny's, if you can, I'm not really sure if you can or not, but if you buy it from those sites and try selling it once you upgrade it, you'll get less than what you would actually get from Benny's. So make sure you buy your cars that you're going to upgrade at Benny's. So as you know, the Bravado Banshee costs about 110, maybe 120,000, I think, roughly. And then the upgrade cost right now, it is on discount.
There you go.
It's probably going to cost you about 400,000 to 600,000. If it's not on discount, it's going to be like 8 to 9, or like maybe 6 to 800,000 or something like that, somewhere around there. I'm not exactly sure on the prices. You can check them out yourselves. But again, I just want to make this point really clear. This is a GTA 5 video. This is not a complete remake of the car. I am using what I have available in GTA 5 to remake this car in my own personal image of the car I am trying to remake. So, in short, this is not exactly the RX-7. This is the Bravado Banshee, and this is in GTA 5. I made what I could make with the stuff that I am able to use, and that is pretty much it. So we're gonna get right into the video, and I hope you guys make some awesome ass Banshees. Like I said, you don't need to take my official, ideas to heart. You can come up with your own Banshees and send me them on my Twitter. Make some awesome ass videos, or make some awesome ass cars and stuff. And yeah, we're just gonna get right into the video. So let's get right into it. I'm not gonna go over the performance wise. It's all maxed out, and if you're wondering about suspension, it's all the way lowered. It's not, up top. So all right, so we're gonna get right into it, starting with the bumpers. Now you can only change the front bumper, and I went with the basic stock bumper because it looks the closest to the car. Now, as you'll know, as you know, in my other video, I probably had videos or had pictures up of the car itself, and that way you can see what I'm trying to remake. I am trying to remake Dom's Fast and Furious RX-7, red RX-7, that he beats Brian Earl Spillner's, or Paul Walker's green Eclipse, and also shows a little bit whenever they're trying to get some parts for the Supra. So it's a nice car. He parks it off in the car garage, and then comes back for it later, pretty much. That way he doesn't lose the car. So it's a beautiful car. It's my personal favorite. And people say, oh, why'd you create Hans? Well, I'm not a big fan of the Hans design. I like this one more. I've always been a fan of the red RX-7 more than Hans RX-7, but that's just me. So anyways, we're gonna get right into this again. And as for the engine block, I went with the polished valve covers. I thought it looks the best. I don't really know what it looks like underneath the hood, so I just went with basic chrome-ish type deal. Strut brace, like I said, I don't know what it looks like, so I just went with the basic one. I didn't change it. It probably has a polished one on it, so there's that. And that's pretty much it for that. Exhaust. Now, exhaust is pretty different from a lot of people I've seen actually do videos like this. They mainly go for the dual exit exhaust, or the twin carbon can, or the cannons, but they all are wrong. On Dom's RX-7, his exhaust is on the back right hand side, and it is only one exhaust. So the best one I think that works for that is the chrome tip exhaust. Now, as you can see, it's just one big, huge exhaust on the right-hand side. It is angled a little bit, but again, there's nothing I could change about that. And also, if you do not want to upgrade this car, if you do not want the roof scoop on top and the bolted on fenders, as you can see from the little bolts on there, I cannot change them, and you cannot change anything that, you know, would make it look less like the RX-7 I'm trying to remake. So that's just something a little bit of head hand. As for the hood, the stock hood has a interesting, you know, hood indent, or, you know, as they would call it, a hood scoop. It's pretty interesting in my opinion. It's kind of like a vented one almost, like this one. This one actually looks better, but I went with the smooth hood. His hood is pretty smooth. It looks really nice, and it does show off the livery a lot better, or livery, or what do you want to call it. It shows off extremely well. So that's what I went with. Let's see, horn I don't really care about. Interior, I didn't go with an ornament, and dash I went with the street interior because his car is street legal pretty much. So I wanted to keep it kind of street-ish like. It's not exact. Like I said, it's just, I thought it looked the best, because he does have some interesting, you know, it probably does look like a nun type of deal, but I just went with a street interior. I might change it, I don't know. I'm just gonna play around with it. You can make the interior however you want. You can make it a carbon dash stripped stripped interior if you want, but that's up to you. Like I said, it's up to you for the interior. This is my personal preference on everything. Doors I went with none because he has basic doors. It's just a basic RX-7 with some upgrades and a lot of performance underneath the hood. So as for the seats, I went with the painted sports seats because he has like a type of leather seat. As you can see him pulling up the exhaust, or the seat, and exposing his NOS so he can turn it on before he starts racing. And it has like a tannish color, so I went with the tan color right there. As you can see, for the the steering wheel, I went with the Formula Basic. I might actually change that to the Apex, but I'm not really sure yet. Like I said, the steering wheel can be whatever you want it to be. He basically has a standard steering wheel. He doesn't have any NOS buttons on it, so I didn't put any buttons on it or any shifter paddles. So I just went with the Formula Basic. I think that looks the best, in my opinion, but that's just me. Light color is just a basic instrument panel. I just went with ice white so you can actually see the dials if you do drive in first person, or if you know anybody drives in first person and wants to look at your dials. It's just a basic, you know, dials pretty much. Lights, I went with the xenon lights. You always go with the xenon lights, that's a given. Neon kits. Now neon kits is just like the my Batsu Penumbra or the Eclipse. You want to go front, back, and sides, and want to make sure that you have them on like that. And for the color, you want to go for red. I mean, if you watch the movie, you know what color it is. Again, you can make it whatever color you want, but if you want to make it just like the RX-7 in the movie, you want to go with red. So, let's see. Livery. Now, there are a lot of liveries on here, and the one for Hans is right here. It's called Black Two-Tone, but we're not going for that one. We're going for the one that looks like Dom's, and that is the Stoplight Racer graphics. Now, it is not 100%. It's probably not even 75% right, but you know, it's the closest we got. Okay, it looks pretty close to what you're looking for. He has like basically I think he has the rocket ship on his car. I'm not 100% on that. I haven't watched the movie for a long time, but again, I'll have pictures up before this part comes up so you'll know exactly what it looks like and what I'm trying to go for. So let's see. Plates I didn't do anything with. Respray is pretty interesting. I went with a primary metallic, and I went with a metallic Torino, not Torino red, Formula red, and then I went with a pearlescent of Torino red. So it kind of gives that like a dark red, but it gives a little bit of a pop when you go over it. So you know, overall it looks nice in my opinion. It might just be Torino red, or yeah, Torino Formula red all around, but okay, so yeah, it's just Formula red all around. Sorry, I was going for the other one. I was playing around with the color. You can play around with the color yourself, but it just looks like it's a basic Formula red with no pearlescent, and that'd be my phone. Secondary, you want to make sure you have the Formula red for that, or just red for that. You know, that way it covers it really nicely. It gets rid of the strip and it just makes it a nice solid color. And trim color, I made a sandy brown. Like I said, I'm trying to go for the seats that he has, and I think the sandy brown looks the closest. You can either go for a straw brown, a wood beach brown, or or any other color you want per se, but I just went with a straw or a sandy brown. I think it looks the closest. Even though I can't cover the entire seats of it, it looks the closest in my opinion. For the roof, you got to keep the stock roof on, because if you get rid of the roof, it's a convertible, and Dom's Rx-7 is not a convertible, so we keep the stock roof on. Skirts. Now skirts, the regular skirts have a carbon fiber on the bottom here, so you want to get rid of that. And people say, well, why don't you do low skirts? Because they kind of angle out, as you can see from here. You can kind of see them like angling out, down and out. For the street skirts, they go straight down, and that's how his car was. For his body kit, his skirts were completely straight down, along with the bumper and the fender. So, or not fender, the two bumpers. Spoiler, I went with the drift wing. I think it looks the best. These are just attached on the back, and they look dumb in my opinion. The high level one, you could go with that if you really wanted to, but I think the drift wing just looks the best. I think it looks the closest. You know, he had a big black wing on his, and I think it looks really nice on this. So, again, your own personal preference, but drift wing is what I went with. Suspension, like I said, all the way down. Tailgate. Now, the tailgate is basically has like a lip to it, but on his Rx-7, it is completely smooth, and it's like a rounded end, or rounded edge at the very back of it. So what I went with was with the smooth rear deck lid, and I think that looks the best in my opinion. And all the other ones just give it like a carbon fiber and a bolt-on type deal. So the smooth rear deck lid is what you want for the Rx-7 remake. Again, whatever you want for yourself. Now wheels are pretty interesting. I went with the Benny's original. Now a lot of people went with the Sport, and they usually go with the Cosmo or the Dash VIP, and they think they look the closest. But in my opinion, a lot of people don't think about this. I use the spiralizer, and I have them on chrome. Now I have them on alloy color, which I'll show here in a second. But the spiralizer, it is probably the best the best looking one for the car itself and what it looks like in the remake and the actual car itself. I'll show some gameplay of it driving so you can see what it looks like. Wheel type, like I said, it is the spiralizer. It is in Benny's originals, and they are chrome. The wheel color is alloy. I can't really change that, I don't think. I mean, yeah, I can't really change Benny stuff all that much. Wheel color is alloy, like I said, and there are no special tire design on it. It's just a basic standard tire design because he didn't have anything on his. I have no bulletproof tires just in case I want to stance it or drop it a little bit more when I'm driving it myself. You can put bulletproof tires on if you want, and tire smoke's just regular white tire smoke. Windows, he has his completely blacked out, so you want to go with an extremely dark limo tint. And that is pretty much the car. So I'll do one last really good loop around so you can see what it looks like in all its glory. And you're probably wondering, well, this wheel looks so stupid. Well, wait till it starts moving. It'll look a lot more like them whenever I exit here. So as you can see, it's daylight, which kind of sucks so you can't really see the neon all that well, but that's that. I do love the Bravado Banshee. I think it's one of the greatest cars in the game. It's really fun to drive, and it's really good at drifting too. That's probably why they chose it good for the Hans car. So as you can see here, as I'm driving, they kind of give like this spirally filling effect, and I think, in my opinion, they do the car the best justice other than anything else. LJT, why do you gotta ruin my videos like every other time? Come on, please, don't do that. But like I said, in the sun, as you can see them spiraling around and spinning around, it looks like the actual car itself. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you guys go out and make some sick ass RX-7s, some really bomb diggity. I'm trying to act cool, but I'm not. But yeah, like I said, I hope you guys go out and make some sick RX-7s or Bravado Banshees, Dodge Vipers, whatever else you want to call them. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So if you guys enjoyed the video and you want to see more of this, don't forget to like, favorite, comment, and subscribe. And always follow me on Twitter. It's going to be down in the description down below. And I'll see you guys with more Fast and Furious remake videos in the future and more GTA videos in the future. I am out. Peace.